Sis, come closer. Come. Wa bia zomana. Come closer because today's conversation is not just about gossip. It's not dragging. It's not about even taking sides. It's about what happens when love turns to humiliation, when trust turns to public embarrassment, and when a woman realizes she built her future on a promise that disappeared overnight. Today, we are talking about a woman scorned. Not scorned because she's bitter, not scorned because she's dramatic, but scorned because something broke on the inside of her. And we are using the Doris Ogala saga with Pastor Chris Okafor as a case study, not a courtroom, a case study. So if you are watching, anywhere you are watching from, drop a heart in the comment section. If you have ever trusted someone who embarrassed you, drop a broken heart in the comment section. And I'll be right back. If this is your first time here, you're welcome to Stand in Your Power. This is where we talk about all things power, love, boundaries, fate, emotional survival, DV. We talk about all issues without sugarcoating and without cruelty. Okay? So now let's talk. Let's talk about this. So there is a version of heartbreak that is quiet. There's a version of heartbreak where you cry, where you heal, where you move on. And then there's this other part, a woman scorned. A woman scorned is not a woman who lost a man. A woman scorned is a woman who feels used, who feels abused, who feels humiliated, who feels replaced publicly, who feels that she has been made to look foolish and she has been told to shut up and move on. Now, scorn is not a weakness. Scorn is rage mixed with grief. And when grief meets shame, what happens? It explodes. Everything scatters. Have you ever said, I can survive this breakup, but not this embarrassment? Put it in the chat. Why am I talking like this? You all know that in the first video that I did about Doris Ogala, I was really pissed. I was mad at her. Like, how dare you come out to talk like this and all of that? Yes, I'm human. I have feelings. Okay? And when the whole story broke, and I had to look at her, things she has done in the past, I was like, to hell with you. I was really upset. But on a second thought, I watched a lot of videos. I heard her speak. I heard her talk. Yes, this woman she's gone crazy in a lot of ways. She has erred, right? Yeah, she has erred. And the only thing we can say is, Madam, you need to heal and move on. Why am I saying this? Because this Pastor Chris Okafor that we have been talking about recently posted that he's married. He got married. I'm going to do another video about pastors and women. This man got married to another lady, right? 2-3 days ago. And I was like, This pastor does not have shame. He still went ahead to get married. I'm not saying he shouldn't get married, oh, but he got married, posted it on social media, and guess what? It was a very quiet one-room wedding. One-room wedding because they were afraid of everything that was going to happen. And I'm looking at the bride and I'm saying to myself, I can only wish you well, okay? But I just hope you are listening to what's going on. You are taking notes and you have a strategy for yourself. Because this man, with what he has done to, what's her name? Doris, only God knows what he would do to you. Okay? So this story has been everywhere. The story hits everywhere. Let me share this tab. Okay? I will do a little bit of reaction before I go further. So this is from Instagram. It says, Pastor Chris Okafor marries beautiful fiance in grand style, and amid Doris Ogala's dating allegations. Okay, so these are their pictures. The white wedding. She's pretty. Okay, and we see here in the comment section, people are saying, your parents and loved ones agreed to do this. They see the signs now. They're telling her that she's seeing the signs now, but you think yours will be different, right? No wahala, no problem. Happy married life to you and yours. Oh. So people are saying, you are seeing all the red flags. You are seeing what he did to this other woman, and you are here smiling. That's the thing with women. Okay. Another woman's downfall is another woman's upwards movement. That's what this is representing, in my opinion. Okay, so people are saying, you are seeing what is going on, and you still went ahead to marry this man. Let me see if there are videos of their wedding. Okay. I'm going to pull this up. This is their engagement.
We met by divine orchestration. It was something that would have never happened by human effort. God actually put us together.
I had no doubt about it because I knew what I want, where I'm going to, and I am happy.
He's very, very intentional. My sugar daddy. He's my boyfriend. He's my husband.
Okay.
He's my best friend. And he's still my daddy. I'm looking forward to carrying his children, little versions of him. I want to watch them grow. I want to watch my family bask in God's glory. I want to see them become as huge as he is.
My heartbeat became one Kibe Ayomide.
One and only Okomi. Ayonfemi. The one that makes my life sweeter. The one that knows that secret button in my heart.
All right. So they did all of this, okay? And Auntie Doris was mad. She was crazy. Okay. They went ahead to pull up. Hell and Chris. Hell. Okay, that was beautiful. That was beautiful to watch. But all of this angered, what's her name? All of this angered Doris Ogala. And let's hear what she had to say. Okay, let me share.
I had someone you were supposed to marry on the 2024. I will post the chat. The girl sent me his naked video. The girl sent me his naked video. This man is a beast. They say, you want him to marry? Who will marry somebody who murdered her brother? I wanted revenge. God gave it to me at a platter of gold. God led me to expose this man. I confessed the sins I committed with this man. You don't know what it took me to do this. You don't know who you're dealing with. God said, my daughter, it is time to confess the sins and atrocity you committed with these people. And my confession is the beginning of my. The people are posting the wedding. They are telling me, the man has done wedding, and look at his wife, blah, blah, blah. Like, you guys don't know anything. You guys don't know anything that is going on. That man raped that girl and got that girl pregnant. The mother of that girl, now the choir coordinator.
Wow.
They insisted that he had to marry the girl. Else,
Interesting.
they would disgrace and expose him. You guys don't know what is going on. That girl is pregnant. That girl is pregnant. The mother is the coordinator, is a choir coordinator in that church.
Interesting.
You guys don't know what is going on. That's a rape matter. He ran to marry that girl because he does not want to be exposed, because this one would choke him. Are you guys aware that he had someone he was supposed to marry on the 2024? I will post the chat. The girl sent me his naked video.
Only God knows how many women this pastor has actually slept with. And she came over here and she's showing us his video. Is a picture of him. She says this is his bedroom after making love. Full video dropping soon. You said I'm lying. You shared my naked body. Everybody will watch yours. This video is from a girl he promised marriage. She sent it to me. So this man is in the business of promising women marriage. I'm not even about to talk about his matter is not even what I'm going to talk about. I want to talk about, Doris Ogala being a woman scorned. Okay. He publicly humiliated this woman. Okay, whether we like it or not. And let's be clear and responsible. This story didn't just trend because a relationship ended. The relationship ended a long time. It trended because of the betrayal narrative that is attached to it. For those of you who do not know, Public Report describes this as a long-term relationship. And there was a promise of marriage, alleged financial trust and access, and then a very public engagement with someone else. Like I've showed you, that combination, investment plus promise plus public replacement, is the perfect storm for Scorn. Because now it's not just you left me. I had to think hard to do this video. I had to really sit down and look at things from different perspective and put my feelings about this woman on the other side. So it is not just you left me. It has become you used me, you embarrassed me, and you want to walk away clean. Okay? And for many women watching, That story might have felt too familiar. Maybe you had experienced this kind of thing at one point or the other. Now, let's go ahead and separate facts, claims, and emotions. According to multiple mainstream reports, Doris alleged the relationship began years ago. She claimed there was a promise. That's why all you men, all you women, be careful who you are promising marriage to. There are some people that will take your promise lightly, and some people, a promise is like a contract. You promised the woman marriage, okay? And then she went ahead and there was a legal action. Oh, this woman is not playing with this man. Legal action was threatened with 1 billion in damages. Let me share that with you. All right, let's go ahead and share that page. Let me add it. I don't know if you all can see. Let me see if I can increase it in any ways. Okay. Okay, it says formal demand and notice of intent to bring legal actions for breach of promise to marry and claim for aggravated damages on behalf of Miss Doris Ogala. We asked for Ms. Doris Ogala in connection with the subject. This letter serves as a formal demand regarding your breach of a legally valid promise. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. If this is obtainable, then it was written by a lawyer. What do I know? Okay. This letter serves as a formal demand reaching your breach of a legal valid promise. So a promise is legally valid. Wow. To marry our client, and the profound calculated harm that this resulted from your actions. The fact and substances of the promise, the fact outlined below, as substantiated by documentary evidence in our possession, including but not limited to video recordings, photographs, extensive WhatsApp conversations, and banking records. Relationship and promise. Commencing in 2017, you initiated a personal and pastoral relationship with our client during a period of a marital crisis. In the course of offering pastoral assistance, you provided a clear, consistent, and unequivocal promise of marriage to our client. Substantiation and public confirmation. This promise was not merely verbal. You actively introduced our client to your family, including your children, who saw in our client a worthy stepmother to be. Hey, it is finished. We reviewed pictorial evidences of our client in family dress together with your family at functions. These pieces of evidence give rise to a legitimate expectation of an impending marriage between you and our client. Hey, Pastor Chris don't enter one chance. Detrimental reliance and loss. Indirect, reasonable, and complete reliance upon your repeated promise to marry, our client undertook several detrimental steps that resulted in significant loss. One of the steps was dissolution of marriage, clearly influenced and enticed by your promise. Our client took the irreversible step to leave her troubled marriage, forfeiting the opportunity to seek reconciliation or repair due to the security provided by your promise. Financial entrustment. Based on the high level of trust established by your promise, our client granted you access to a financial affair, resulting in the entrustment of 45 million naira in a single transaction. Ooh, wahoo. You have recently and publicly repudiated your promise by announcing your engagement to another woman. These acts constitute a clear breach of contract. The promise to marry has been executed in an egregious public manner, causing severe and actionable harm to our client. Profound emotional and psychological trauma. Hey, oh, this is a serious loss. Your actions have caused severe injured feelings and wounded pride. Okay, our client was deliberately made vulnerable by you, and you have acted unsparingly in your betrayal. As a well-known actress and ranking member of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, our client has been subjected to intense, unflattering, and often false public scrutiny, including social media insinuations that she was merely chasing fame and fortune with a man of God. Cybernetic attacks, victim shaming. As a person with significant social influence, you have either sponsored or benefited from a vicious, blistering online media campaign against our client. Uncharitable trolls have employed pejorative, violent, and unrelenting language to bully and shame our clients, compounding our psychological stress. Malicious disclosure of private explicit photographs. We are informed that you caused a malicious unauthorized disclosure of our client's nude photographs, which you obtained by reason and in the course of your promise to marry her. These photographs have been widely circulated. Consequences, life-threatening health consequences. The fallout has directly caused severe and life-threatening health consequences, including suicide ideation, a disposition previously alien to our client, and a series of debilitating panic attacks. While marriage cannot be forced between our client and yourself, the law requires swift redress for such a calculated and publicly executed breach. We hereby demand, therefore, that you pay our client the sum of 1 billion naira. The amounts represent aggravated and general damages for the breach itself, the irreparable harm to her reputation and her psychological and physical health, and the erroneous public manner of the execution of the breach. We require you to ensure that within 21 days of the date of receipt of this letter, the full reparation amount is deposited into our client's bank account as follows. We trust that you will act to obviate the need for further legal escalation. In any event, please be assured that you would file a claim in the appropriate court if you failed to meet we would file a claim in the appropriate court if you fail to meet the above demands. Meanwhile, please accept our best professional courtesies whilst we look forward to hearing from you. Yours sincerely, Synergy Law Partners. Oh, this is the first time I'm hearing that you can sue for a promise to marry. Hey! Oh, wonder shall not end though in Obodo, Nigeria. Hey, what is going on? What's going on? So, in a nutshell, she has claimed emotional and psychological and reputational harm. Okay. There are allegations involving financial transfers and trust. There was intense public fallout, tears, post-receipt, and later a mental health alarm that deeply concerned a lot of people. She's still going through it right now. Okay? Initially, I was angry with her, but at some point I had to put myself in her shoes. Like, I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. But what would I do if I find myself in this kind of situation? Now, listen to me clearly. Whether you believe everything, some things, or none of it, the emotional collapse tells us something broke deeply inside of this woman, and we should never, ever laugh at that. Okay? I was deeply upset before about her in general, but when I took a deep look at this, I just told myself, you know what? She's human. Okay? In many countries, in many communities in Nigeria, a pastor is not just a boyfriend, right? If you happen to be dating one. A pastor represents spiritual authority. It represents some form of moral safety. He is expected to represent some form of moral safety. A pastor is looked upon as marriage material. A pastor is looked at as hey, this is God bringing him to me. Destiny. They talk to him or about him using destiny language. A pastor is perceived to have public respect. So when a pastor relationship collapses, if a woman has a relationship with a pastor and it collapses, the woman doesn't just lose love. She feels like she lost her dignity. Okay? Because of what she perceives that the pastor represents. She feels that she lost her spiritual clarity. She feels that she lost her marriage timeline. She feels that, she lost her social standing, her voice. That is how Doris Ogala has been feeling. And if she believes she left a marriage or paused a reconciliation because of that particular promise, then the rage becomes volcanic. So with that, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever trusted someone because you thought they fear God? And you went ahead and, said, I'm going to marry him. I'm going to love him. Have you ever done that? Forget whether he's a pastor. He could be a minister. He could just be a church boy that speaks all the spiritual lingua, that carries himself in that, in that moral integrity, in that moral intelligence, spiritual intelligence, emotional intelligence, and he speaks the Christianese, the Bible language, and he's all prim and proper. Okay, have you ever trusted someone because you thought, oh, he goes to church, he does not go to the club? Have you ever trusted someone because you felt they are a child of God, they fear God? I have. And I don't think I ever want to do that again. Because those people that you think they fear God, they are God, this, that, they are the worstest. If there's a word like that, they are the worstest, test. Okay? Because when they deal with you, these are the kind of people that said, God has said, I've given them over to their reprobate mind. When they deal with you, you'll be like, this must be the devil, not God. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Okay, so again, one of the most painful parts of this story is the exit plan effect. She believed this new man was her way out. When a woman believes that a new man is her way out, especially a pastor, a powerful man, she would burn the bridges faster than wisdom allows. So when that new man switches direction publicly, she doesn't just feel dumped. She feels stranded. And when that man is a man that's conned you of your money, took you to jail, and spiritually tried to harm you to the point that your brother took the fall for it, that woman feels stranded. And stranded women don't just cry. They scream. They shout. They scream. Don't leave me carrying this shame alone. That's where Scorn becomes a survival scream. And that is what Doris Ogala is doing right now. That's what she's doing right now. Okay? I feel sorry for her. I really do feel sorry for her. Now, responsibilities matter. a lot of things do matter. Perceptions still matter because the internet doesn't investigate. The internet will just label you. Like once a woman is labeled, it's finished. They've labeled her desperate. They've labeled her, this woman, your problem is too much, you're too problematic. They've labeled her always dragging men. Some people have said she's unstable. Okay? And because of this screaming and everything she's doing, everything she does afterwards is viewed through suspicion. Okay? Sometimes a woman is scorned because she was deceived. Sometimes she's scorned because she built her identity in a man. And sometimes it's both, because she was deceived and because she built her identity in a man. All right. So, what do we do when this scorn turns into mental health crisis? Now, this is where I need everyone to pause. When someone is crying uncontrollably, when someone is speaking hopelessly, because I've watched a couple of videos when someone is publicly unraveling or there are reports of self-harm scares. It's no longer entertainment. You see, heartbreak plus shame plus public ridicule can become dangerous. Even if you disagree with her, even if you think she did too much, a human being is still a human being. It took me a few days because I didn't even want to report on this thing anymore. It took me a few days to sit down and say to myself, she's still a human being. She's not perfect. Okay? If you're watching this and you feel yourself spiraling, please talk to someone. Pride is not what your life. Okay? Pride is not what your life. I watched on Daddy Freeze's show today. A lot of people were talking to her. Some were against her, and a lot of people were pacifying her, coming from the human side. And I understood it. I watched another video where she said, yes, you might come against me. In fact, I became emotional. I kind of cried when she said, I think it was on Auntie Aduni or something like that. She said, you might not like me, but if you keep coming against me, a lot of other women who have gone through the same things in the hands of these pastors would not want to come out. And that got me thinking. I said, yes, she's correct. That's true. That's true right there. Okay? And I had to take a breather because God knows I judged this woman so much. I was so upset with her. I was so angry. I was so mad. But I had to see things from another perspective. There are a lot of lessons that we can learn here. And if you're watching me, please go and write it down. Number one, sis, never build your future on a promise that you cannot enforce. Marriage needs clarity, not vibes. Somebody having spiritual authority is not accountability. A man can quote scripture, speak in tongues, shabalabadabadla, and they will still lie with that same tongue. For real. So the fact that a man has spiritual authority does not make him a good man. Oh, he doesn't go to club. He's always in church. Oh, I will marry him because he's a child of God, he's a Christian. The Bible says you should not be unevenly yoked. Now let me bust your bubble with that unevenly yoked nonsense that you are saying. He can be a pastor and is unevenly yoked with you because he does not believe in you. He does not believe in your vision. He does not believe in your objectives. He does not have the same core values as you. He's unevenly yoked. Even though you are both Christian, that person can be unevenly yoked. A man can quote all the scriptures in this life and they will still lie from that same mouth. Okay? Another lesson that we need to learn from Doris Ogala is don't burn your whole house because because of the promise of a new key. Don't burn your old house before the new one has keys. A word is enough for the wise. Exit plan or exit plans not properly executed can leave you stranded. And love should not require financial self-destruction. Okay? These are a few lessons that I'm saying I was able to draw. Because whenever money moves faster than commitment, whenever someone wants to take hold of your money faster than being committed to you, pause. Think twice. Think twice, oh. Protect your private image like gold. I said that in the previous video. Don't send any video, don't send any picture, nude picture, whatever. Don't send anything. Because when you are heartbroken, that heartbreak turns lovers into strangers. You begin to ask yourself, is this the man that I sent my nude? Is this the man that we did all the planning together? Is this the man that I gave my whole body to? Is this the man? Yes. Heartbreaks turns lovers into strangers. You'll be shocked what people can do when they're heartbroken. You'll be shocked what you can do when you're heartbroken. And whenever you see yourself spiraling like Doris Ogala, that is the time you need to get help, because being scorned is pain with gasoline. Pain plus gasoline on top. Well, I think I've said quite enough. I just want us to know that Doris Ogala is not just a woman scorned. She is a mirror showing how women are pressured to secure marriage at all costs. Okay? She is a mirror showing how faith can, or maybe faith language, let me say that. Faith language, spiritual lingo can blur boundaries. No matter how spiritual somebody is, make sure your boundaries are clear. How the internet punishes female vulnerability. I punished her too. I bashed her. I'm guilty of that. Okay? This case shows me how many women are just one humiliation away from snapping. So before you judge, you need to ask yourself, what promise am I currently living on? Let's look at ourselves. Who holds too much power over my emotions? Because if you don't guard your heart, if you don't guard your money, if you don't guard your identity, you may wake up one day and realize the only thing you truly own in that relationship is pain. Not just only pain, the only thing you truly own is pain and an audience watching you bleed. If this conversation helped you, please do well to like the video, share it with a sister who needs, protection, who needs a little bit of this here and there. And subscribe to Stand in Your Power channel. I would like to see your thoughts in the comment section. And as you do that, please be human. We don't heal by destroying women. We heal by learning. I will see you in the next one. Stay whole, stand strong. And to Doris Ogala, wherever you are, I pray that you have peace. I pray that you heal. I pray that you come out of this better than you were before. I pray that you come out of this transformed. And, I pray that you move on to greater heights, to doing greater things, because this doesn't define you. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye.